hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. The final game of the opening weekend of 2020. Time for football from Denver. Broncos and Titans. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And his first carry, he loses the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Following the fumble recovery, Tannehill. He's got Smith here.
Tannehill's pass.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Tannehill. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He completes it to Henry. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Derrick Henry. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
On the carry.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. That's complete to his tight end, Firkser. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Completes it to Davis. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
A 32-yard attempt.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week one. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
On the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
On second down, Freeman. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Freeman, the ball carrier. Brought down at the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're going to run. This is Gordon. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
10 yards on the pickup.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
The Titans were number 1 in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage last year, 77%. It's 1st and goal. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Danico Autry on the...
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown.
Tennessee.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that, and it wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Block on the give, it's Lindsey. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
He's brought
on any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's a give to Lindsey. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Credit the tackle for loss to Harold Landry.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Eluding the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Block working out of the gun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
Well, you can just see this one coming, couldn't you? It's an obvious passing situation, 3rd and long. The defense is going to bring in 2 more defensive backs and say, you want to throw? Go ahead. We dare you. And it's just no one open anywhere as they come away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
I think we could all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. but they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Tannehill on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. A.J. Bouye, the fine cornerback, there to make the play defensively.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, this from 33. Gostkowski's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now a handoff for Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, 56 yards. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They did nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
And this carries into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
5-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. This will be caught by Brown. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
On the carry.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. From the 41, Tannehill trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. It was Jack Crawford who brought him down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Philip Lindsay.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
Every year we spend a lot of time and money evaluating the top prospects for the NFL draft. How about when we all get fortunate and see a guy like Philip Lindsay, an undrafted free agent who had 1,000 yards rushing his first 2 years in the NFL. Can run between the tackles, run with power, and catch the ball in the backfield.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, G, get off the field. Mike 54.
Now it's Lindsey. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. On 3rd down, Lindsey. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
The kick by McManus is good. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into...
And the Broncos get there and take him down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
To kick off for Denver.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start with a give to Henry. They find some open field here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards.
It's a gain of...
Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good,
Yeah.
Backside guys,
Man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Derrick Henry.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Tannehill, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Titans, 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st down, it's Henry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He's brought down.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he is all the way up past the 25. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, That's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On first down, right back to Lindsey. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
I know people see Phillip Lindsay's role in Denver is changing a bit with the arrival of Melvin Gordon, but I think Gordon's going to be more of an enhancement for Lindsay. Maybe he won't carry it as often, but now they'll be much more effective as a two-headed monster in the backfield. Both of them can run it inside, get to the perimeter, and catch the ball at the backfield and move the sticks.
Made by Harold Landry.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On second down, it's Lindsey. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
3rd and 7.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down. They'll go again with Lindsey, and they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
5-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down.
A gain of 11.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Henry relishing the chance to be the Titans' lead dog. He's in the backfield again on 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They keep it with Henry on first down. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
The Titans were number 1 in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage last year, 77%. It's first and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
He was brought down by
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
leads to second and goal at the 10-yard line.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Coaches always tell their players someone's got to make a big play, but what they mean is a game-altering play, a game-changing play, a turnover force, and we just got that. I mean, how about that play, Brandon?
Yeah, a pick six, fourth quarter, that is a game changer.
Someone read their keys, and someone had the courage to go after the ball right then and there.
And it gives them the lead. Lindsey going to try and run it in. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick six, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll run it again with Henry. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
He's taken down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So the Titans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw is Tannehill. And that's caught by Smith. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Might want to remember that 3rd down play, 37 yards.
37 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Tannehill on first down. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
2nd and 10. Again to Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And it's possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Tannehill. He will find Davis. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 13-yard line.
2nd and 11. Again, it's Henry. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Tannehill. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
The tackle made by Jayon.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
On the play. 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10. Another run by Lindsey. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 7 yards the pickup. First down, Denver.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 25-yard line.
54 mark. Check, watch 54, watch
54. The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football,
yeah,
where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Broncos, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.